In fact, I'd go so far as to say HSR's intro is significantly worse for one specific reason. It doesn't make the player care. That's really the main difference here. Both have plots that live and die on the charm of their characters, both have detailed worlds mostly explained in random documents you're never gonna read, and both love using $10 words to inflate dialogue that could honestly be cut entirely. But HSR it doesn't hook you on anything. There's no drive, no basic human want or need for the Trailblazer to actually do stuff. In Genshin, you're an interdimensional traveler trapped in a fantasy world after your twin gets kidnapped by a god. That's explained really badly, but the directive is still made clear. Save your twin. HSR starts off with you as the Trailblazer, an amnesiac with a chaotic power inside of them, who joins a team of do-gooders on a space train hopping from planet to planet. At the start, a mysterious character named Kafka says something about remembering everything in time, but learning your backstory isn't a compelling motive. It's vague, intangible, and has zero urgency. It could be anything, so it ends up being nothing. For a comparison, look at one of my favorite games, Tunic. You're also an amnesiac there, waking up as a little fox in a ruined world trying to uncover its backstory. But in Tunic, that mystery is paired with a concrete goal of freeing a giant fox person, helping someone trapped, which is relatable and most certainly urgent. In HSR, you can literally say no to boarding the train and the game just lets you. While it's hilarious and spawns jokes like Honkai sleep rail, it's narratively hollow. Which is a shame because the story doesn't stay like this forever. Once you get onto the Astral Express, the planet hopping starts right away and you arrive at Jarilo 4, a frozen world where humanity's last survivors are huddled in one city, divided into an overworld and an underworld. The overworld thrives under the rule of its leaders who just happen to be lying to everyone. And this is where you finally meet good characters. Sampo, Gepard, Bronya, Serval, Natasha, Seal, Clara, Svarog, all with personal motivations that actually matter to the plot and aren't just foreshadowing stuff for the future. By then though, for most new players, it's too late. They've checked out. If you don't care about the story early on, you probably didn't care about the characters either. And if you don't care about the characters, you stop caring about the setting. Everything becomes a string of random events and the themes never get the chance to be woven into something more than the sum of its parts. This even affected me, and I have an extremely high tolerance for bullshit in stories. Those lore documents sitting in my inventory, I'm never opening those. There's also the discussion to be had about how this confusing cluster of an intro is paired with you having to learn the basics of gameplay, but I talk about storytelling, and HSR probably fixes this in later stories. Hoyoverse has already proven that they can do that with Genshin. Look at Sumeru, where it took the game's early writing problems and addressed them one by one. But as of right now, the intro is such a mess that it actively makes the story feel weaker, and that's the weakest thing an intro can do.